I'd like to introduce you to our new Kelpie, the third generation Kelpie, and specifically talk about some of the technology that we've got on board. So the first thing you'll see is this rather large box in the middle. This is what we call the Autonomy control unit. Inside this box is a networking system to give us wireless communication up to a kilometre range. And then also inside it is a couple of computers that actually control the autonomy of the vehicle to allow it to drive by itself. There's an e-stop button for an emergency stop in case something goes horribly wrong. And you can just see on the corner here a set of aerials sticking up. This is a long-range data transmission wireless system that allows us to talk to the base station and communicate back and forth about what the vehicle's doing. It'll actually give us about a 5-kilometre broadcast range. It's a fantastic radio set. If we move around to the front, you'll see this lovely device hanging off the front here. This is called the BPEL LiDAR. It's actually a laser rangefinder. So inside this is a laser that moves around constantly. It produces a dome in front of the vehicle that you can't see, but the computer can see. And it allows it to identify whether there's an obstacle in front of it. This talks directly back to this box here. This is how the vehicle sees where it's going. So there's one on this side, there's one on the other side, and you'll see up on the roof there's another one right on the top there with the blue around it. That one has a range that looks all around the vehicle, so it gives us a long, wide range so the vehicle can look ahead and look around it to see what's going on. If we could turn it on, you could see people walking down the corridor here and see me talking at the moment. There's also a light stack on top. This is an indicator for the operators to tell people what state the vehicle is in. Is it running in autonomy mode? Is it running under remote control? Or is it just sitting there idling, waiting for something to happen? Lights off mean vehicle is off, so it's quite safe for me to walk around. I'll come around to the front now. You can see this can hanging off the front here. This is a machine vision camera. So inside this is a really nice camera that allows the vehicle also to look ahead. It serves two purposes. One is when we're operating under remote control, we can actually live stream that camera back to the base station. So if the vehicle's a long way away, we can see exactly what's happening with it. It's kind of like sitting in the driver's seat. The second part is machine vision. It also goes and talks to the control unit. It allows us to identify various specific obstacles in front of the vehicle, which allow the computer to make some decisions about where to go. It should be able to pick up people or animals or fence posts or rocks, and then the vehicle can make a decision to drive around or drive over or stop and wait for further instructions. At the front here is the GPS unit. This little device, so that's the antenna, that talks to the satellites, that's the GPS computer. It allows us to understand exactly where the vehicle is. It allows us to understand exactly where the vehicle is going, its heading and direction and speed. It also talks to a base station that localizes this GPS. So a normal GPS is maybe plus or minus 10 meters location. It's not very precise. This allows us to bring it down to centimeters so we know exactly where the vehicle is in space. It's really important if I'm walking in front of the vehicle when it's running, it knows where I am and it knows where it is, and it can take the appropriate action, probably if I'm standing here, to actually stop so it doesn't run me over. Right down the bottom here is a little, what looks like a flat plate. This is a radar. This is very similar to what you'd find in a modern vehicle. And again, it allows the vehicle to see in front of it and see what's going on. That talks to the control unit again. And it gives the vehicle a really good picture about what's happening around it to allow it to make decisions about where to go. You'll see the vehicle doesn't, I'll put down here so you can see me again. The vehicle doesn't have a steering wheel. We do that very specifically. It doesn't need a steering wheel, it can drive by itself. We can put a steering wheel on it back to transport, but ultimately it doesn't need that at all. There's another e-stop button in here and another one on this side. So if people are close to the vehicle and it does something unexpected, they can just press the button and have it stop completely. We're very pleased to have this vehicle now on board and we're starting to do some very serious test work with it. The first trial will be in anger to demonstrate to some of our clients in about 8 weeks.